story time for the DS. I used to play trombone back in elementary school and middle school. So I used to be a trombone guy. I used to play that and go to like concerts and everything else like that. And every year in middle school, so this was like I think 8th grade, 7th grade. It was either 7th or 8th grade where we were doing this thing where it's basically sort of like a spring cleaning almost. We would like help clean up the band room and everything else like that. And basically just make sure that everything was organized for the next year so that way, you know, students could get their instruments and everything else like that. And just, you know, help out the teachers. So, you know, it would make his life a little bit easier. And this band teacher too, I would have known this guy since elementary school, because this guy was my band teacher in elementary school as well. So man, so we were helping him out and just cleaning out the rooms and everything else like that. And he was like, hey, so the choir class also needs help cleaning out their room, and you guys want to go help them? I was like, yeah, sure, why not? We basically went over to the choir room, and we were helping clear that area out. And basically, what had come out of it was I was cleaning for a little bit, and one of the choir teachers had come up and said, hey, actually, I was rifling through a box because they were telling us to sort through this box. And when I was going through the box, I had saw something odd in there. It was like something turquoise, and I pulled it out. It's this old Game Boy color, and let me tell you, this thing was old. Like, holy, this thing, like, the batteries were super crusty. I had to like take it home and pick it out and everything else like that. But when I pulled it out, I was like, shoot, that's weird. So I was like, okay. I show this to the teacher. I'm like, hey, do you guys know whose this is or anything else like that? And they're like, mm-mm. And then they're like, it's been there for ages. So I don't know. It's weird. I had asked them pretty much. I was like, hey, do you know like who this is, whose this is, and like, you know, how can we maybe get it back to them or anything else like that? And I don't know. They basically just told me like, oh, we don't really know. So, you know, if you want to take it, it's yours. I was like, okay, cool. So I basically just took the thing, cleaned it out, and put in new batteries. The thing worked brand new, and it had a copy of Tetris in there, which is actually pretty crazy. It was like a classic copy of Tetris. Super nuts. I've been playing that thing for a while. But what I didn't know, unlike many of you guys who probably grew up with it, was that in order to play the Game Boy Color, you actually need light. You know, so you need to like actually actively have a light source with you. And I tried to play it at night one night, and I was like, okay, why can't I see the screen? And then I realized, you know, you kind of need light for it because they didn't really have LED screens back then. So, like, well, damn, I can't really do anything with this. Besides maybe playing it in the mornings and other stuff like that. That too, and I had my Xbox at the moment, so I was still just like, yeah, I'll just be playing my Xbox. I would play that thing every now and again occasionally. But, yeah. There's the story of me finding a DS. It's a pretty interesting day that was.